This episode of LeapTV is made possible by Velvet Pumpkin Productions, your #1 choice for all your online video and podcasting needs. Coming up on LeapTV, a 6-letter word that is feared on a daily basis: change. Also, how to ask for client feedback. And performance tip of the week: expire a post. I'm Isabelle Mercier, and this is the show that shows you that small, intentional, and consistent actions lead to massive results. Change, one of the most feared words in the English dictionary. Yet, it's the only thing that you can truly count on 100% of the time. Recently, I went to my regular yoga class, 6:45. I always be there for 6:30. I'm there at 6:30, as usual, and then the girl behind the counter tells me that I am late for my power class. But I'm not late, it's in 15 minutes. She goes, "Oh no, new schedule. It's now at 6:30. So I had missed my yoga class. The next day, I thought, okay, now I know the schedule is 6:30 now, so I go at 6:15. I get there, she goes, "Hey, you made it on time for your hot class." And I'm not here for the hot class, I'm here for the power class. She says, no, the schedule has changed. I'm like, I know, you told me that yesterday. She goes, but now it's alternating between power and hot at 6:30. Now, I am super stressed, and I'm at a yoga class being stressed. Now, I'm actually pissed. I'm going, couldn't you have told me this yesterday? So here's the thing. The problem wasn't that the schedule changed, because I'm actually quite thrilled about the new alternating schedule. The problem was that they had many opportunities, I'm there every day, to let me know, a regular customer, that the schedule had changed. So what could they have done in addition to their regular newsletter? Because they did tell me that that was announced in the newsletter. Well, if one doesn't read the newsletter, one doesn't know that there's a schedule change. So they could have had an in-class announcement, for example. Again, we're there every morning. It could have been done in the class. They could have also put signage in the change rooms, or perhaps even a note in the sign-in area when we sign in with our little fob. It could have said so. So the important thing here is to remember to make it easy for your customers. Be one step ahead of them, because change is good when it's made easy. So this one goes in my book as a brand hiccup. Now, Leapers, it's time to get involved. I want to hear all your crazy, most annoying stories around change. Just let me know by adding your comment below this video at leaptv.com. And also, don't forget, adding comment can really increase traffic to your website. So take advantage of it. Before we move on with the show, I want to take a moment to talk about our sponsor, Velvet Pumpkin Productions. Danielle, the chick behind the camera, is truly the best at helping companies like yours increase exposure online. So if you want to be heard and you want to be seen, call Danielle. Head on over to velvetpumpkin.com for more details and special offers. This week's question is from Louise Griffiths from White Rock, BC. Louise writes, "Hi Isabelle, I attended a seminar of yours recently, and you said something that struck a chord with me about the importance of asking for client feedback. I feel very clumsy and scared to ask for feedback. I don't know how to do it well, and to tell you the truth, I totally fear it. What if it's not good news? Isabelle, how do you do it, and how often?" Louise, the one thing you need to remember is that everyone's got an opinion, whether they like your product and buy it again, or whether they don't like your product or service and will never buy it again. Everyone's got an opinion, and it is mandatory for you as a business owner to get to know that feedback. Why? 2 reasons. The first reason is, through your client's perspective, you'll get to learn how they see and how they utilize your service and product, so how you can help them make their life better, which is key for you to know. Second, you will also know your blind spots, what's not working well in your process or with your product or service. And it's key for you to know that, because it will help you raise the bar. Louise, you also asked me how I do it and how often I do it. Well, to tell you the truth, I'm a little addicted to feedback. I ask my clients for feedback all the time. For example, at the end of every coaching session, I ask what the gem of the session was and the value that they got from a scale of 1 to 10. I also, at the end of every creative project, I ask my clients a series of 5 questions to make sure that not only the project was successful in the end, but the process as well was up to their expectations. Also, every 6 months and every year mark or milestones, I send an online survey where I ask the really tougher questions that I really want to know for honest feedback, because online people tend to say a little bit more. Every Monday huddle, I actually ask feedback to my team. And it's important to ask feedback externally with your clients, but also internally with your team, so that you can be aware of what's going well and what needs to be tweaked or bettered. Remember, knowing is the ammunition that you need to keep you great and also keep you ahead of your competitors. So Louise, this week is the week. Start by asking a few clients this question. If you were at a summer barbecue, speaking with friends, how would you describe my product or service? And then just listen for the answer. And I challenge you to dig deeper on that one. Let me know how it goes. Do you have a burning question about branding, marketing, or anything about business for that matter? Now is your chance for you to get some innovative and free advice. All you gotta do, click on the Ask Isabel button at LeapTV.com. In return for asking a question, Louise wins a 2-month free subscription to myleaptools.com, a vital business resource with a constantly growing collection of tips, tools, and must-know winning strategies to help entrepreneurs like you perform like never before. This week's performance tip: expire a post. Recently, at LeapTV, we really came across a big hurdle: tracking. I'm a big believer in automation, and the logo sponsors on the right of the website was beginning to be a bit of a nightmare for us. Who's up, who's down? Keeping track of that, we were at the point where we needed to create a 3-dimensional spreadsheet, which is impossible. So in speaking with my team, we were just thinking out loud, saying, wouldn't it be great if, like on WordPress, when you can schedule a post, wouldn't it be great if we could expire a post? Well, you can. So if you have a website that requires a little bit more automation, Expire a Post is your plugin. Remember that there is always a way to automate repetitive tasks. For a link to this specific plugin, just look below the video in our resource area at leaptv.com. If you've liked this week's tip, chances are you would love myleaptools.com. So check it out for more tools like this one. That's it for this week. And remember that everything you've learned here today will do zip for you, unless of course you implement it. So take action on what you've learned today. And remember, it's much easier to do it than to dwell on it. I'm Isabelle Mercier, and you can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Join me again next week for other valuable branding lessons, as well as must-have resources and strategies to help you perform like never before. See you next week. Change is truly one of the most feared words in the English. What the hell? But it feels like I'm saying that. Okay. Okay. Feared words in the English dictionary. Okay. Change. One of the most feared words in the English dictionary. I said feared. Come on.
Thank you. Margarita said. Even Margarita.
Ah. Okay. No, yeah, that. Change. One of the most feared words of the... I did.
No, you didn't say D. But the D does not want to come out. Your head is saying.
That is ridiculous. Okay, change. One of the most feared words in the English dictionary.
Woohoo!